In 2019, a retired teacher named Carol Meyers paid $74,000 for a brand new travel trailer. It had a king-size bed, a full kitchen, and a warranty that promised 2 years of protection. By 2024, the walls were rotting from the inside out. The dealer told her it was not worth fixing. She still owes $48,000 on the loan. That is not bad luck, that is the business model. Part 1, the illusion of competition. Walk onto any RV dealership lot today and you will see a wall of brand names. Keystone, Heartland, Coachman, Forest River, Winnebago. It looks like a competitive marketplace where dozens of independent companies are fighting for your business. That is an illusion. The reality is that two corporations, Thor Industries and Forest River, control over 80% of everything on that lot. Every brand you see is a subsidiary. Every logo is a costume. When you think you are choosing between competitors, you are choosing between departments inside the same building. Thor Industries alone owns Airstream, Keystone, Heartland, Jayco, Coachman, and more than a dozen other names. Forest River, owned by Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, controls the rest. These are not craftsmen competing on quality. They are volume manufacturers competing on margin. Margin is exactly what is killing your RV before you finish paying it off. Part 2, the factory floor crime. The problem does not start with the materials, it starts with the paycheck. In the automotive industry, factory workers are paid by the hour. That structure rewards precision. A worker who stops the line to fix a crooked weld does not lose money. In the RV industry, most workers are paid by a system called piece rate pay. They earn money for every unit they push out the door. Speed is the only metric that affects their paycheck. If a worker stops to reroute a wire that is stapled through the center of insulation, a fire hazard, he is taking money out of his own pocket. If he stops to realign a propane line that does not sit flush against the frame, he is costing his coworkers their daily bonus. The incentive is not to fix it. The incentive is to cover it up and move on. Mechanics across the country report finding construction debris sealed inside the walls, sawdust, empty glue bottles, snapped drill bits. These are not accidents. They are the physical evidence of a system designed to reward speed over every other value. Part 3, the wall that cannot get wet. But even if the assembly were perfect, the materials underneath would still betray you. Because the most catastrophic engineering decision in the modern RV industry is hiding inside every wall on that dealer lot. It is called laminated sandwich construction. Manufacturers glue a thin skin of fiberglass to a layer of cheap Luan plywood, then bond that to a block of styrofoam insulation and call it a wall. On a showroom floor, it looks flawless. Under a microscope, it is a disaster waiting for one drop of water. Here is the physics problem they chose to ignore. Every RV is a box that vibrates at highway speed for thousands of hours. Those vibrations crack the roof seals. When a seal cracks, water gets in. And when water touches Luan plywood, it does not just get damp, it dissolves the adhesive bond and the wood begins to rot from the inside out. The result is a condition called delamination. You will see it as large bubbles forming on the exterior walls of the unit. By the time those bubbles are visible, the structural integrity of the wall is already gone. The vehicle is effectively totaled. Not because of a crash, because of rain. This is not a theory. This is not a rare failure mode. Delamination is the single most common terminal diagnosis in the RV repair industry, and manufacturers have known about it for decades. They keep using Luan plywood because it costs less than the composite alternatives. Your $80,000 asset has a structural Achilles heel. made of the cheapest wood product available at a lumber yard. Part 4. The warranty that protects no one. When you sign the contract, the salesman will point to the warranty as your safety net. 1 year bumper to bumper, 2 years on structure. He will say it with confidence because he knows you will never read the fine print. Here is what the fine print does not tell you. The warranty process is a bureaucratic system designed to exhaust you into giving up. When your unit breaks, and it will break, you bring it back to the dealer. The dealer cannot authorize a repair without approval from the manufacturer. The manufacturer requires photos, a written report, and a formal claim submission. The claim goes to a corporate representative who has a financial incentive to deny it or approve the minimum possible labor hours. Even approved claims frequently list the required part as on back order, sometimes for months. It is standard practice in this industry for a vehicle to sit on a dealer lot for 3 to 6 months waiting for a single warranty repair. You are still making monthly payments, you are still paying insurance, you are just not allowed to use the vehicle you own. In California alone, lemon law filings for RVs exceeded 22,000 in 2024. That number does not represent 22,000 defective units. It represents 22,000 people who finally ran out of patience with a warranty process designed to make them disappear. Part 5. The depreciation they never mention. Even if your unit never delaminated, even if the warranty worked perfectly, there is a financial trap built into every new RV purchase that the industry does not want you to calculate before you sign. A new RV loses between 20 and 30% of its value the moment you drive it off the lot. By year 5, the average unit has lost half its purchase price. By year 7, if a structural issue has emerged, it may be worth nothing at all because no dealership will accept a delaminated unit as a trade-in. You are financing a depreciating asset with a structural failure mode baked into the design. The math is not complicated. It is just never presented to you in the showroom. The pivot. Does that mean you should give up? No. It means you have to stop shopping like a consumer and start thinking like an auditor. The modern RV market is not a minefield you have to avoid entirely. It is a minefield you have to navigate with a different map. And that map exists. You just will not find it on a dealer lot. The safe list 3 options that actually work. Option 1, pre-acquisition units. Before Thor Industries and Forest River completed their takeovers, most of the brands they now own were built by independent family companies with genuine reputations to protect. Tiffin Motorhomes, before the acquisition in 2020, was run by Bob Tiffin, a man who personally answered the phone and authorized repairs on units that were technically out of warranty. His name was on the side of the vehicle. He took that personally. A Tiffin Allegro from 2018 or 2019 is built with heavier chassis rails, thicker fiberglass, and real wood cabinetry. It has already taken its full depreciation hit. You are buying a machine that costs a fraction of its original price and is built better than anything rolling off the same factory line today. Check acquisition dates before you buy any used unit. The date a company was sold is often the date quality began its decline. A small number of manufacturers refuse to sell to the duopoly, and they refuse to sell through a dealership network. Companies like Lazy Days build their units with replaceable aluminum skins and aircraft-grade paint. They do not use laminated walls. If a panel is damaged, you replace the panel, not the entire side of the vehicle. Because they do not pay a dealership markup, they put that money back into materials. Their production numbers are low. You may have to wait months for a unit. That scarcity is not a flaw. It is proof that they are not running a piece rate pay assembly line. Option 3, reject the consumer market entirely. The best kept secret in the overland community is the 25-year import rule. United States federal law allows any vehicle over 25 years old to be imported from Japan without meeting domestic safety regulations. Smart buyers are using this rule to import Toyota Hiace and Toyota Camry camper vans with 30,000 to 40,000 miles on the odometer. Why so few miles? In Japan, vehicles are subject to a mandatory inspection program called Shaken that becomes prohibitively expensive as a vehicle ages. Japanese owners sell their camper vans young in perfect condition because the inspection costs more than the resale value. You receive a commercial-grade diesel engine designed for delivery trucks, capable of running 500,000 miles at a price between $20,000 and $30,000. It is already fully depreciated. It will likely be worth the same amount in 5 years. When you buy a commercial vehicle, you are buying a tool. When you buy a new American RV, you are buying a toy. Tools are built to be used. Toys are built to look good on a shelf long enough to be sold. Carol Meyers did not lose $48,000 because she made a bad decision. She made a perfectly reasonable decision based on a brand name, a glossy brochure, and a salesman who never mentioned delamination, piece rate pay, or the duopoly that manufactured her dream. The era of trusting a brand name because your neighbor bought one is over. You cannot trust the logo on the door. You have to inspect the walls, check the acquisition date, and understand what is actually hiding inside the structure you are about to finance for the next 10 years. Stop letting Thor Industries and Forest River use your retirement savings as their testing ground. Check the dates. Check the manufacturing lineage. Never underestimate the value of a machine that was built before quarterly earnings became the only number that mattered.